Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Johnson Ocheja, and if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're one of my OGs, thank you very much for your support. Still like. Today I'll be painting a portrait. This is one of the portraits from the painting that I'm making for a gallery that recently approached me for 4 works to be exhibited in an art fair in France. Well, they actually approached me like 3 months ago, but well, I work well under pressure, you won't blame me, and I barely have 2 weeks to go, and now I'm starting, and I have to make 4 paintings. So in order to make my process fast, I would have to start with acrylic. I know I'm painting in blue and my painting looks very messy right now, but that's me and that's how I work, especially when I'm trying to meet a target. For me, it's just trying to put the right colors in the right place. I'm not really bothered about resemblance or anything. Sometimes I even go on to paint my first layer without a reference photo, but in this case I'm working with a reference photo. So right now I'm just using acrylic and trying to fill up the space. So in order to speed up my process, I start with acrylic, and when I'm done with the acrylic and filling up the whole canvas with my acrylic paints, then I go on to continue with oil paints. I like oil more than acrylic paint. I mean no disrespect to acrylic users, but that's just personal preference. I think I like it because oil has more of this matte feel, and I really like that. Acrylic has like a glossy kind of feeling, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it reflects a lot. So that's why I like more of oil than acrylic. So I start with acrylic to make my process fast, and then I go on it with oil. What's wrong with me? So at this point, I think I'm started creating the background and I'm working on the ground or the floor, and I think I didn't like the color that I used at first, so I had to change it. And that's me. That's how I work. Sometimes I just go on to start painting without an idea on what I'm going to do. Sometimes it feels like the painting speaks to me. It's while I'm working, that's when the color comes. And sometimes I already have the idea of what I want to do in my head. And other times, like in this case, I don't have the idea. It's just coming to me while I'm working. So I'm working on the leaves now. Still in acrylic. And for me, I feel acrylic is kind of difficult to control, which is one of the reasons why I love to work with oil more, because it gives me more room to control my paint and able to create more details and make it look more presentable. I think if I was working with oil as my first layer, I think I would have done better than I did. But what can I do? I'm trying to increase my speed and see how fast I can create 4 paintings in less than 2 weeks. I barely have 2 weeks. So yeah, this is me experimenting with the palette knife. It's not really an experiment, it's something that I've always done. I used to do. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But in this case, yeah, this is how it came to me. And that's how I'm working. I like to create textures sometimes. I really like the feeling, especially in oil. So right about now, I think my painting is beginning to come together. I know the face is looking like she's about to eat a rat. I'm just kidding. But I'm sure that when I come on in with oil paint, it will all come together. So right now, I've already started working with the oil, and now I can see yellow on my canvas. Okay, so the reason for the yellow is nothing really. Sometimes I like to play with okay, so the dress, I wanted to use yellow for the dress, but because of how long yellow takes to dry, I just don't think it's something. I just don't think I can wait for that long for yellow to dry. So I decided to, seeing as I'm playing with my palette and just placing colors and try to dabble into so many things, I just decided to rub or to apply yellow in a particular spot. And at first it didn't really look nice, but when it dried, it actually looked okay to me. Well, to me, it does look okay. So at this point, the leaves didn't really look like I was getting it right, but after a while it all came together, and that's when I realized that what I was doing was actually okay. So sometimes your painting, when you start, might not look like what you want to do, but just continue. With time, it all comes together and you get to appreciate what you've been working on. And the other times you start and it's just looking like what you expect, and sometimes it doesn't. So I think you need to be patient with your process and see how it unfolds. So like I said earlier, I actually wanted to use yellow for the dress, but because of how long yellow takes to dry, so I have a challenge with yellow, orange, yellow ochre, I think, as well. Those colors, it takes time to dry, and I don't know why that is. Even with the application of fast drying mediums, they still take time to dry. So because I already have that experience with it, I didn't want to try it because I had barely 2 weeks to finish the work and ship. So I didn't want to ship wet works. I have before, and I just didn't really like that feeling. And while it's in the air and it's been transported, you're afraid. You don't know what might happen when it gets to time for framing. You don't know if maybe the framers might rough handle it, and so you're just being careful and that fear. So I don't think I want to go through that whole process anymore, and that's why I said to save myself the stress. And I think the red actually looks really okay. It does to me. Just wait for the reveal. You get to see that it actually looks okay. And yeah, the time we've been waiting for, well, the time that I've been waiting for, it's time for me to work on the face. The face that looks like a mishap, and then I'm trying to bring it together. So it may look like it's, for me sometimes it looks like it's, working with oil. Working with oil is actually simple because it gives you more room to manipulate your pigments on your canvas. Usually I feel that oil, sometimes the oil parts of it might be more difficult because it actually takes me more time. Is because my first layer is not properly placed well. So for me to get resemblance, I have to take my time to, try to make sure everything is put in the right place. I'm not really into hyper realism, but at least a bit of realism for me, I think it's okay. And that's what I try to, do. So because of that, I think it makes it a bit difficult for me to bring it together. But for me, oil is a great medium. It's a really, really great medium. Right now, it feels like it's reflecting. I think the light is reflecting on the face because the paint is still wet. But when it dries, I think it's gonna come together, and this reflection might not really be there anymore. In case you haven't liked this video yet, please like, share, and subscribe if you're new to this channel. That will really help me go a long way. I'm done at this point, and I'm just, checking for little details that I may have missed. wait for the big reveal. My name is Johnson Ocheja. Thank you so much for watching, and this is my first painting in a while. See you in the next video.